Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today, the best thing you could do as a new software developer is always show progress. Okay, so a few months ago I had a friend in the IT industry who got his first software development job. Like, he'd always wanted to do software development, but he was doing a lot of other stuff, admin stuff, and he got his first development job someplace else, and he asked for advice on, do you have any advice for somebody who's starting to work someplace as a software developer? Now, this isn't doing client work, this isn't doing his own project, this is like he's going to work for somebody else. He said, do you have any advice? And I was thinking about it, and I thought, because it's been so long since I started, I was thinking, what would be the best advice you'd give to somebody who's just starting out in software development? And it was like, at first I was thinking about the normal stuff, like keep your education updated, technology is always changing, always keep up, try to keep up with it as best as you can. Don't get complacent, don't just do what the job says, look forward into what the next thing could be, always be marketable, all that kind of stuff. But then I thought, actually, when you're working for somebody, it's really important to show progress. Like, you always have to be moving the ball forward, which sometimes as software developers, that can be difficult. There are times where we have problems where we sit with it for days. Like, we might have a bug that's really elusive, right? And we need to solve this thing. For some reason, this thing is crashing on this Android device, or this thing is crashing on the server. We're getting this certain thing where, like, it boggles my mind why that's not working. And you can sit with a problem where you work an entire 8-hour shift, and you're like, dude, you feel like you're no further to it. You've tried, this, and this, and you've gotten no further, right? So a lot of times I'll do one of two things. Sometimes I'll just say, like, after like 6 hours of working on something, I'm like, I just can't do this. I will go for something else. Like, I will move to another part of the project and just get some low-hanging fruit. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna start designing the login form, right? Or, even though I can't, this little section over here is not working, or maybe I'll start, maybe I'll put some of those new images in, or maybe I'll tweak some of this design and everything, just so I can show that, okay, this is what I've done. We still have this outstanding issue over here, but I'm still working on it, but here's a few other things, right? It's just showing the progress, right? When someone's paying you to do software development, you have to show that what they're paying for is actually getting done. Like I said, sometimes as software developers, somebody from the outside can't tell how much progress we made or how little progress we made. So sometimes it's just easy to do that. Get one of the low-hanging fruits, or outline everything you've tried. So, okay, so I'm really struggling with this. I've tried this, and this. Tomorrow I'm going to try this, and this, right? And just to say, look, I'm turning over every rock, right? Some of the times I've gotten rid of software developers because, for the reason that I don't think anything's actually getting done. One time I hired somebody to do some work for me on one of my applications, and it was going to be like a full-time development job, right? It was like, I was hoping I'd work with him for years, right? So I hired him. He came in, he had everything set up, and I go, okay, here's the GitHub or here's the Git repository. Just get the code and everything, and set him up with all the permissions and everything. He says, "Oh, I'm getting an error when I'm trying to go into Git." That's after day one. Right? And I'm like, "Okay, what error are you getting?" And he sends me the error. I was like, "Oh, that's weird. Like, I've never gotten that. And you're set up properly, or whatever. Keep working on it." Right? Day 2, nothing. Day 3. I asked him, "Well, how's everything going with that?" He goes, "Oh, I'm still getting that same error when I try to download from GitHub." And my question was, well, what steps have you done to resolve this? Have you contacted support? Have you done anything else? He goes, "No, I was waiting for you to fix it." And he was just waiting, right? It's like, he could have been doing something else, right? But he was just sitting there waiting for something to happen. And to me, I've seen people do this in office environments and places I've worked, and it usually means they're not going to be there for very long, right? You have to show that you're moving things forward. Even when you hit a brick wall in every direction you go, you have to demonstrate that you're doing everything you're doing. Always move the ball forward, always show progress. Even when there hasn't been that much progress, visibly from the external, you have to describe all the steps that you've done. When I hire somebody, we have this thing called the daily summary. Like, everybody has to give me a daily summary on what they've done that day, what they plan on doing the next day, and if they have any roadblocks that they need me to clear out for them, right? We've been doing it for 5 years now, and it's just like this thing that they do. They can't just say, oh, worked on this project, or just, did this, right? It's got to be like outline, you know, what steps have they actually done, what articles have they read, all that kind of stuff, which may seem a bit obsessive, but it's like 5 minutes at the end of the day. If you can get into the habit of doing that for your first IT job, or when you go work at some place as a developer, you will be that person that they decide to keep, because, you know, you're the one who gets things done. You're the one who moves the ball forward each and every single day. Now, let me know if you guys disagree with me. I know sometimes you guys have worked with maybe an overbearing boss, and you're like, no, that's, you know, ridiculous. But to me, like, especially if you do it voluntarily, you're just like, you know, you're just in there. You're that person they trust. Okay, so that's just my thoughts on that. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I will talk to you guys next time.